guys, it's Alicia here. This is my everyday go-to if I'm in the restaurant type of situation. Super easy, only use 2 brown, using a liner lashes, and then so.
So here I am spooling, if we can make that a word, brushing these mains into place before we draw these good brows on. So now I'm taking a Wet n Wild pencil in the color brown, and we're outlining, basically just tracing the shape of our brow to create the foundation for it. I like to start at the bottom first, then I go so maybe like 3/4 of the way, but I leave the front part open, and then I do the same to the top. So now I'm going to take a, it's actually a brow trio by the brand, I want to say Kiss. And I'm taking the darkest brown it has in there, and I'm taking my angled brush by MAC, and I'm filling in my brows with that color. Now in the front of it, on the front portion of my brow, I'm going to take strokes upwards instead of horizontally, because we're going to mimic like there's hairs there, and she's a little bald at the tip. So she gotta make those look a little fuller than what they are for real. So that's what we're doing here. Alright, so now we're going to take our BH Cosmetics Spooly again. We're just going to blend our hairs into that good brown color. Now that we have those nice and blended, I'm going to take a LA Girl concealer in the color Almond. And I'm going to take a flat brush, and I'm just going to take that almond color and just sculpt out my brow. Once again, I start in the middle and work my way out, and then come back and clean up the front after all that's said and done. After that's done, I'm going to take that concealer and blend it downwards. So that way we can take either a finger, a makeup sponge, a brush, and just blend that out. I'm going to take my finger because the warmth of my finger is going to make the concealer a little bit easier to blend without any patchiness. We're going to take the color Toast in the same LA Girl concealer, and we're going to outline the top. Now I use a darker shade on the top because I particularly do not like that halo effect. Some people love it, some people don't. To each his own, but I don't like it. I'm just not that guy. So I use a darker shade on the top, so that way when I blend it out, it doesn't give me that halo, godly wearing looking brow thing. Y'all know what I mean. So I'm gonna blend that out with my finger again. Just because I like the warmth of my finger. Warms the product up, makes it a little bit easier to blend, especially on the brows. So now we're going to take some setting gel so that way all the hairs and stuff will stay in place throughout the day. So now we're going to take the LA Girl Color in Almond. It's a concealer. I use that as an eyeshadow base. You can use concealer, you can use foundation, you can use the actual eyeshadow base. It's whatever you want. I like to use my concealer, so I put that all over my lid. And I really cake it up there, boy. So we're going to do that to one side. Gonna prime that eye, and then we're going to do the same thing to the other. So now we're going to take a BH Cosmetics 28 color neutral palette. I'm going to take that reddish brown shade there, and we're going to put that in our crease. That's going to be our transition color. I never, ever, ever, ever skip this step. The transition color is necessary to make all your colors blend seamlessly. You have to have one. Alright, so now I'm going to take the L'Oreal Infallible. It's actually a pressed powder for your face, but it's entirely too red for me. So it's going to make me look orange by the end of the day is over. So I use that as another transition color. So I'm also going to add that to my crease to kind of make that a little bit more red and define that crease a little bit more before we start adding any more browns and all those other shadows to it. Now I'm applying brown eyeshadow using the packing brush. I'm going into that Kiss eyebrow quad, and I'm using the darkest brown, and I'm putting that all over my lid. Right. So using that same 28 neutral color palette, I used the dark brown mixed in with a little bit of that Kiss eyebrow quad, darkest brown, and I put that in my crease, but below the transition color. So you want that reddish brown to kind of peek through at the top. So now I'm going in with the Maybelline Gel Black Eyeliner and black. I'm just lining those eyes. I start in the middle of my eye and then work my way out. Some people don't like to hold their eye taut, which is when you pull your skin so your skin don't wrinkle up when you go over it, but I do. That's just my preference. I'm going to take an e.l.f. pencil liner and I'm going to put that in my waterline. I'm applying it a little sloppy. It's okay because we're going to smudge that color out anyway. I'm priming my face with my e.l.f. primer, face primer, along with my setting spray. I kind of mix the two together because the e.l.f. primer is a little silicone-y feeling, if I can make a word up like that. This is a little slimy feeling, and I don't like it. So the setting spray kind of makes that less slimy. Mattifies my face a little bit better. Now I'm using my Milani foundation. I want to say the colors in Coco, and then I'm going to mix that with an ULTA foundation. And I like mixing those two because the ULTA foundation is a little too cool, so it makes me ashy, and the Milani is a little too warm, so it makes me a little orange. So the mixture of both is a nice medium, happy medium. I always apply mascara first before I put my lashes on. That's just how I do it. Some people like to put it on afterwards. It's your preference, but this is just my way of doing it. I think I allowed my lashes to dry a little bit too well, so I have to reapply some glue. I'm just using the tip of my tweezers to apply that. I use the colors Toast and Almond and mix them two together. Okay, this color that's similar to like NW45 and MAC if you want a reference. Put that under my eyes, on my chin, down the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead. Then I'm going to take a damp beauty blender by Real Techniques, blend the concealer out. I wanted my under eyes to be a little bit more intense, so I went in with Almond and I blended that with my Real Techniques blending sponge. So now I'm going in with my Ben Nye Luxury Banana Powder and gonna set my concealer. Now that my lashes have dried, we are going to apply them using some handy dandy tweezers that I got from Forever 21. So now I'm setting setting my entire face with that Midnight face powder. I'm gonna go in with a Bobbi Brown. It's actually an eyeshadow. It's in brown, but I'm gonna take that and use that as my contour color. And I'm using my e.l.f. contour brush. It's a flat brush, and it really gets into the Hollywood retreat really good. So now we're gonna contour that nice jawline. I'm gonna take my Sigma angled contouring brush. I'm gonna dip that into Gold Deposit, which is a highlighter by MAC. I'm gonna apply that to the upper portions of my cheeks and kind of blend that into my contour. But we want to glow, honey. So after we apply that glow, I'm going to apply some Midnight Banana powder underneath of my contour to kind of clean it up a little, make it a little bit more defined. And this is a little trick. If you mess up your contour, it's okay, because you can use it really as an eraser and just erase your mistake. Okay, so I've already applied my lip. It's a Limecrime color. I want to say it's Salem, but I'm going to apply that with my Wet n Wild brown lip pencil. So now I'm going to use a pressed pigment by Wet n Wild. It's gold. I actually wet my brush. I'm applying that to the inner corner of my eye to kind of brighten the eye up a little bit because it's a little smoky. I'm going to take a smudger brush and we're going to apply that same brown in that eyebrow quad, the darkest brown. We're going to apply that to the bottom of our lash line to kind of smudge out that black eyeliner that we already had set previously.
So if you like this look, stay tuned and watch. Leave comments down below, please of looks you want me to do. Today is Tutorial Tuesday. We will be having Workout Wednesday and also Free Talk Fridays. So those 2 days are coming soon. Please subscribe, tell your friends, and yeah. So if you like this video, stay tuned and watch. Now we'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.